stand up tall. We can roll the shoulders open, maybe lift the heels, spread the toes wide, and then drop the heels, lift all 10 toes. Maybe roll the shoulders open, palms can face forward. You can take a big inhale in through the nose, and then maybe exhale through your mouth. And if that feels good, we'll do it again. Big full inhale. Exhale, like a sigh. And then this time, let's inhale, stretch the arms up, look up, reach up. Maybe stretch backwards if you want to. You could stretch the arms open. And then exhale, dive over the legs. Just a gentle bow forward. Halfway lift the chest, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand all the way up. Reach up, stretch up, look up. Hands connect to the chest. Arms release by the sides. Let's do it again. Inhale, lift. Reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, halfway lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand all the way up. Hands connect. Arms release, mountain pose. Again, big breath when you're ready. Reach up, stretch up, look up. You could open the arms if you want to. And then full exhale to bow forward. Halfway lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand all the way up. Hands connect. Arms release. Let's go 2 more times on your own. Take your time, move with your own breath. When you finish the second one and you get back to mountain pose, breathe. Let's take 5 big full breaths. When you're ready, inhale, arms lift, reach up, stretch up, maybe look up. You can stretch backwards if you want to. Exhale, dive forward. Halfway lift the chest. This time, let's bend the knees, plant the palms, and we can step back to plank, meet in downward facing dog, however you want to get there. Yeah, we're just flowing through it, so no rush. Perfect. Hey, Andrea. Hey, Rose. You're good. Just taking a sun salutation. So your own pace, your own time, no rush. Move with your own breath. Like always, this is your practice. So this class specifically is being recorded. So if you want to be on camera, you can be on camera. If you don't feel like it, you can turn your camera off. I can turn your camera off too. Either one. It really doesn't matter. Yeah, whatever you want. You could also just like kind of, cover it or something with a little pillow. So we find downward facing dog eventually. When you're ready, we bring it to the top of the mat. Lift the chest as you arrive, support yourself. Exhale, bow forward. Let's do that again. Big inhale, halfway, lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Stretch up, reach up, maybe stretch backwards. Hands connect to the chest. Arms release by the sides. A full breath in. Full exhale out. Your next breath lifts the arms, reach up, stretch up, same thing. Maybe look up, maybe stretch backwards or stretch open. Exhale, dive over the legs. So just moving really gently, gentle. Halfway lift the chest. Bend the knees, plant the palms, same thing, downward facing dog. You could take the full motion to get there. You could take a direct route. Good, go to child's pose instead. All the same choices. Make it your own practice. When you find your place of rest, breathe. Full, complete inhale. After exhale number 5, same thing, a leisurely stroll, a gentle walk to the top of the mat. So we can do all of our movements with as much effort as you feel like, and we just want to think about doing them calmly. Halfway lift the chest. Exhale, fold forward. And then a little bend to the knees, big stand up, reach up, stretch up. Maybe stretch backwards. You could stretch open. Hands connect. Arms release. Big breath. Big exhale. If you want to take it out through the mouth, you could do that. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, eyes open, arms lift. Look up and stretch up and reach up. Maybe stretch backwards. Exhale, dive over the legs. Lift the chest up halfway, full breath in. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step to plank. Knee in, downward facing dog. Again, however you choose to get there. Take your time. When you are ready, another gentle walk, nice and easy to the top. Halfway lift the chest as you get here. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, the next one brings you all the way up. Reach up and look up and stretch up, maybe stretch backwards. Hands connect to the chest. Arms release by the sides. Big full inhale. Easy exhale. One more time like that. Your next breath. Bring it up, reach up. Exhale, fold over the legs. Inhale, the chest lifts halfway. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step back with a little intention, meeting in downward facing dog. So moving with your own breath. Try to take it your own pace. Try not to cut your breath short. 5 breaths in downward facing dog or child's pose. Either one is appropriate. When you're ready, we take it all the way to the top. Halfway lift, support yourself, big breath in. Exhale, fold over the legs. Your next breath brings you all the way up. Stretch up, reach up. You might even interlace the fingers, stretch backwards, or open the arms. Hands connect to the chest. Arms released by the sides. Big inhale. Exhale. One more time like that. Let's take one more sun salutation on your own. Meeting in mountain pose, exactly where you are now. So your own movement. Five breaths when you get to mountain pose. See if you can make them a little deeper, a little bit more spacious, longer. You don't even have to necessarily put a number on it. Just see if you can inhale in your mind, which what seems like longer than the time before. When you're ready, let's take both arms up. Reach up, interlace the fingers, show the palms up to the ceiling. And then exhale, dive over the legs. Halfway lift the chest. Let's adjust the feet so they just have a little bit more space between them. And then let's just kind of sway side to side. You can let the head relax. Maybe as you do it, you bend the right knee, bend the left knee. Hands could be on the ground. They could be on the floor. They could be on, if you have some type of at home, we talk about using maybe a big water jug. You could use a book. You could use a little package. If you have like a package, that will work. It doesn't matter. You could use a bottle of wine probably, but we don't want to put that much pressure on it, which is the whole point. Maybe shake the head yes or no. Maybe, most likely, probably the first time you've done this all day. So just appreciating a little bend from the hips. Let's take the fingers, we'll walk them over to the right side, around the right leg. See if you can keep the hips facing forward, the knees face forward. We just look around the right hip. And then we'll switch sides over to the left. Doesn't have to be that far. And then let's bring it to back to the top. Bend the knees a lot so we can almost let our stomach rest on our thighs. And then we'll find our tippy toes. And then let's drop the heels, shift the hips back a little bit. So we're kind of in just a little squat. Wow, the light on my mirror is just right on my face, huh? So it'll be like this. That's better. So we're here, bend the knees a lot, and then we just kind of shift forward our tippy toes, our heels lift, and then let's drop the heels. So we're in a forward fold, lift the chest up halfway. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step to plank. Let's lower to lay on our stomach, but lower slowly so we have a little muscle, a little resistance, a little arm strength, core strength to get us there. Let's let the arms relax, let the legs bend, the knees bend, legs move side to side. Let's take the arms forward out in front of you. So I'm going to scoot back. So, dang, this little mirror that we've got going on is right on the sun. So we're going to scoot back. So we're laying flat on our stomach. Arms reach forward out in front. Legs are long. Feet are open as probably as wide as your mat. So on an inhale, we'll pull the belly button back and then gently lift everything. Arms and legs. Tuck the chin so we're looking down. So it's like Superman flying over your house. Think of the pinkies facing down. So armpits spin in. Big inhale, reach up, lift up, pull the belly button back. Exhale, hands come down. Let's bring the hands beneath the shoulders. Push up to plank. The one strong push up. And then let's lay on the stomach. So slowly lower to lay back down. Let's reach the arms forward. Really long. So we don't necessarily have to do extension this time. Let's just stretch long like we just woke up. And then the hands come beneath the shoulders. Curl the toes, push up to plank. You got it. Yep. And then slowly lay on the stomach. So it's just a little bit of muscle. I haven't been look, I'm not even doing it, and I'm the one that needs to do it, right? No. So arms come forward, legs long, big reach, like you're just trying to be stretched out. You're pulling yourself using your own muscle. Hands come beneath the shoulders, curl the toes, push up to plank. Come on, Zach, how many push-ups have you done this whole quarantine? Let's do 2 more times. 2. Lay on the stomach. Perfect. Arms reach forward when you get here. See if you can lift your arms and legs higher this time. Pull the belly button back. So the first couple times maybe we weren't active. Maybe add a little something. You can if you want to. Look at that. You can. Hands beneath the shoulders. Flex everything that you have. Push up to plank. Last one, lay on the stomach. Last one for real, for real. Arms out in front. Just a long reach. Hands beneath the shoulders without moving or doing the worm in any way. Curl the toes, push up to plank. Flex the stomach, flex the legs. Downward facing dog. You got it. So normally we think about getting to the top of the mat in as little steps, or maybe sometimes we think about that. So right now, let's see if we can get to the top of the mat in as many steps as possible. So maybe the right foot crosses in front of the left, left in front of the right, kind of like you were taking a leisurely stroll in the park. And so as your down dog gets shorter, it just starts to feel a little different on different parts of the legs. As you get to the top, maybe the knees bend. Eventually, we find a forward fold. So when you get here, let's lift the chest and actually do a more active forward fold. So I have my foam roller, which is going to be my block, but it's kind of like this, made of plastic, so it's a really good block. As I've said in some of my other live classes before, that I have a yoga block. My mom told me that it's holding up the couch. So that's what we do with blocks around here. They're not for yoga. So we'll lift the chest with our, pretend block, or maybe the hands are on the mat, and then exhale, bow forward. For the adjuster block, maybe hands can feel appropriate enough to grab the legs, grab the toes. Let's let it be your choice. Maybe the forearms come down. You can look between your legs, just looking for a gentle stretch into the hamstrings. Maybe a little back pain, low back pain alleviation. If you feel something, then you're doing it. It's what we want. There's the second me back there in the mirror. Each inhale, find some space, and then as you exhale, you can move into that space. One more big breath. Let's release the grip. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step the left leg back, just the left leg. So right foot is forward, left leg is back. I'll wiggle over a little bit. Right leg is forward, left leg is back. Let's drop the left knee to the ground. Fingertips on either side. So my block is really good for having my arms on the inside. If you want to, you can bring your forearm here. You could bring both arms down here. But we want to use support, so we don't want to collapse into it. We want to have this right foot kind of pressed down. Think about the left big toe reaching away from your left inner thigh. So find some space. Think about trying to let your chest come forward. Big inhale. One more big breath. From here, let's connect the hands, curl the left toes. So we have support. Push the hands down, flex the stomach, let the right foot come back to meet the left. Slowly lower down to meet in downward facing dog. So maybe you go through cobra or upward facing dog. You could just take maybe a little flow, maybe go there directly. Child's pose, your own personal movement. It could be nothing. You got it. It could be one push up. From here, let's take the right leg and reach it up to the ceiling. Right leg opens up, reaches up to the ceiling. Maybe you bend and open it. Maybe you look under the right armpit. You could let the ankle move in a circle. And then softly, let's lightly bring the right knee into the nose. Light step, foot between the hands. So we're in the same low lunge. Drop the left knee. This time, let's keep the left toes curled under. We'll bring the hands to rest on our thigh. The fingers can interlace. Push the hands into the thigh so we can get a little lift, a little support from the hands. Let's shove this. Maybe that's going to do something. Maybe not much. Yeah, maybe. So we have a little press. You can even maybe lift the eyes up. Think of the legs stretching away from each other. We still want to push the right foot down. Maybe draw the right hip back. And then let's look down at the right big toe, hands connect. So with control, we'll bring weight into the right foot, left leg steps up next to the right. Halfway lift the chest as you get here. Hands can find your block if you want to. And then exhale, fold forward. Inhale, stands you up. Bend the knees, stand all the way up to tall. Reach up, stretch up. Hands connect to the chest. Arms released by the sides. Mountain pose, big inhale. Exhale, maybe through the mouth. Inhale, arms lift. Reach up. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift the chest. Let's adjust the feet and take forward fold again. So if you want to, you can slide the hands beneath the feet, toes touch the wrist. You could reach around and grab your ankles, grab your calf muscles. You could have your hands on your block, or maybe your forearms rest on your block. You have lots of choice. If it seems more appropriate, you could also take a relaxed forward fold. When you're ready, let's release the grip. Halfway lift the chest. Big breath in. This time, as you exhale, step the right foot way back. Drop the right knee down. So we can have hands on either side. We have this low lunge. Fingertips could connect. Maybe hands rest on the block. You could bring this forearm to a block. Maybe both arms rest on the block. You could bring it up. We're just looking for a little stretch. Ooh, right into the right hamstring. Or the right, maybe it's more like the right hip flexor. It's not your hamstring, it's your left hamstring. So we find length into the right quad, hip flexor, and all the way length to the big toe. Let's take 2 breaths. I haven't done that at all this whole quarantine, so I can feel that a lot. Let's curl the toes, step it back with support and with control. So the legs come back, lower slowly to lay on the stomach. Gently, when you're ready, we lift the chest. Meet in downward facing dog. Same thing we did the time before on the other side. Let's take the left leg up. Bend it open, give it lots of space. Maybe let the ankle roll a little bit. Lightly, softly, knee comes into the nose. Step the foot forward. Let's drop the right knee down, but keep the toes curled under. Hands can find the thigh. Hands can find, forearms can find the thigh. Hands can find the thigh. You could lift up more, so this is a little bit more active for the front side because we have that flex. So maybe you take less. Let's take 3 breaths. This right glute might also turn on. It helps support, helps to draw it back. One more inhale. Look down. Connect the hands. Weight into the left foot. Try to let the right foot be light and effortless as you bring it to the top of the mat. Lift the chest up halfway. Exhale, fold forward. One more time like that. Inhale, halfway lift the chest. Exhale, bow over the legs. Bend the knees. Stand all the way up. Reach up. Stretch up, look up. Open the arms to a T. And then let's dive forward. Exhale. Halfway lift the chest. Bend the knees, plant the palms. Maybe you take crow. Maybe you go directly to downward facing dog. You could skip it. You could take child's pose. You choose. Let's take the right leg up. Open it up. So this time, let's add a little flavor if you want to. You could flip it over. You could stay where you are. You could drop the left forearm down. You could find balance. Yeah, perfect. Just a little space, a little opening on the front side maybe. And then when you changed it, if you changed it, we'll bring it back. Right hand comes around, so we even control it as we come back. Right leg lifts up really high, long through the big toe. Softly, lightly, we're gonna step it forward and go to warrior 2. So it comes between the hands. Windmill the arms up, so we drop the left foot down at the same time so we can bring it up. Yeah, and then as we get here, it might not be perfect. So adjust it. Maybe even lift the arms a little bit, stretch up, and then you can slide it out. Maybe that feels good. We could reach up, exhale, spread it out. And then we just kind of settle. Look over the shoulder, make sure the arms feel like they're in line with each other. And then let's take 3 breaths. Sink a little bit. Think about activating the legs. Take water if you need it. I'm out of water. Have a little tiny sip. Not enough. Not enough water. But don't worry, I have another one. Sink a little deeper. I have my second water bottle. From here, let's go extended side angle. Right forearm connects, left arm comes up and around. It could go behind. You could take maybe both arms around behind the back. So you can go full bind, half bind. You could, yeah, perfect. Find some space so we have long lines in all the directions. Looking for length. So really what's happening is we're using our own muscle. When we think about reaching, when we think about stretching, we might think about using the arms to make that happen. But what if you could use your back to stretch the back? What if we could use the back muscles to stretch the front side of the body, the chest muscles to stretch the back side of the body? So right now, see if you can use length from your whole left side, whether it's the crown of the head or the fingers, all the way through the heel. I think everybody has their arm wrapped behind their back. So still the same thing, keep reaching that arm, press the wrist into the back, open the chest up. One more big breath, use the arm that's on the right thigh to press that open, let the right thigh open as well. So it's doing it at the same time and they're both doing the same job. And then your inhale, just easily, really comfortably, without much changing, you come back up to warrior two. Let's go reverse. So again, not much changes as far as the shape. We just tip it backwards. The legs stay pretty much the same. They might even sink further forward. Think about reaching from your right foot away from with your right fingers. We get the skin across the ribs to stretch, the muscles in between the ribs, maybe into the quad, a little into the hip. You might feel it into the tricep, all the way to your pinky finger. So pull with length, pull the belly button back, and then inhale brings us up. This is where we're gonna get tricky, but it's nothing that we can't do. We're gonna go to half moon, so keep it low. That's the trick to keeping control. We're already in our warrior two. Keep it low as you reach forward. So right knee bends, right hands come out, maybe diagonal of the pinky toe, left toe can touch. Maybe it lifts, maybe hands are on your block. Maybe left hand is at the hip, the chest. You can lift up to the ceiling. Use your right foot for support. So stand on it, use it. Use all the muscles that come with it. Yeah, both hands might touch your block. We just look for places that we can lift and open and strengthen. When you feel like you've had challenge, like this is plenty, your body will tell you, breathe. Maybe looking for length in all directions that you can find length. Where can I add a little bit of spaciousness? How can I expand something? What could I challenge right now that I haven't done before in this posture? Let's go 2 breaths. Big inhale. Maybe push the right foot down more so we could lift a little taller. We use a little bit more muscle. One more inhale. So here's the trick. Keep the right knee bent a lot, just like how we came into it. We do the same thing to come out. So right leg controls it. Keep reaching the left foot back as you stay low. And then our inhale brings us up warrior two. Soften the shoulders. Let's windmill the hands down. Step to plank. Meet in downward facing dog. However you want to get there. So you could stay like this, or we could add a little twist. Let's take the right hand to the outside of the left thigh. So in downward facing dog, right hand to the outside of the left thigh. So we can kind of, it turns it into a twist. Maybe the right hand slides down closer to the ankle if it's comfortable. Think about using the right arm. So we do this posture seated all the time, where we're sitting on our butt and our right hand grabs our left leg and we can twist. So now it's just a little harder because we have to support ourselves using our left shoulder. So just a little twist, maybe pull a little bit with the right arm. Big inhale, exhale, a little twist. And then let's switch sides. Right hand comes down. Left hand to the outside of the right leg. Come on, you got it. It's just a little, like kind of like a side plank. We're using just a little bit of muscle to keep ourselves balanced. Maybe look under the armpit like you're trying to see what's happening under there. Try to bring your face closer to your knee, your left shoulder closer to the leg. Yeah, I could talk for a long time and hold you guys there. Beautiful. Let's bring it down. From here, let's take it to the top of the mat. Actually, no, let's take child's pose. We're going to relax for a moment. You guys have been working a lot and listening to me talk a lot. I haven't gotten to talk that much, so my parents always tell me to shut up. So I now have a captive audience. Let's take a big full breath. And then exhale through your mouth if you want to, kind of like a sigh. See if this inhale could be longer than the previous one. Big full breath. Make it a little slower, a little longer, and a little slower. And then your exhale, see if your exhale can be longer than your inhale. Let the next breath that you take in, we can do it on our own, but let it be the deepest breath that you've had today. Maybe let the forehead move side to side. Right there, the space between the eyebrows, it's self-soothing. And then when you're ready, we'll stretch both arms as far forward as they'll go. Spread the fingers wide. You might even find fingertips. You could look up to your thumbs, so it just kind of gets the shoulders a little bit. You get the space between the shoulders, the upper back to kind of activate, which is pretty hard to stretch. And then we'll find flat hands. Take it to downward facing dog. When you're ready, let's take the left leg up. Open it up. Give it some space. Maybe you find a little balance. Yeah, you could find the forearm. You could find just stretching the leg up. You could flip it over. You could do none of it. You could straighten the leg. If you changed it, control it as you bring it around. Softly, lightly, knee comes into the nose. Step the foot between the hands, warrior two. So softly, slowly bring it up. Almost like you're in slow motion. And then we can adjust it as you get here. Big reach up, maybe slide it out, maybe wiggle it around. You can stretch up, maybe look up. Exhale, spread it out. One more time just because it feels pretty good. Slide it out. Let's sink into warrior two. Arms can reach long, so look at them, make sure that they're pretty equal, pretty even. Sometimes they reach forward, sometimes they reach back, sometimes one's a little higher than the other. So can they just be spread long? Can they be spacious? Can there be space between them? Can we spread the fingers out? Make sure that the length isn't being cut off at the wrist or cut off at the finger joint. It's all the way to the fingertips. Maybe even considering that it could be through your fingers. And then think about the legs at the same time. The left knee's pressing open toward the pinky toe side of the foot. Big full breath. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Think of pressing the pinky toe side of your right foot down as well. And then when you're ready, let's tip it back, reverse it. We'll just flip-flop them. Extended side angle will be second and reverse warrior will be first. So the same thing that we talked about previously. Knees bending, reaching forward. Reach away with the fingers, long. So we're getting length between two spaces. Maybe bend the knee more and then reach away from the fingers. And then your inhale brings you up, extended side angle. Forearm connects, arm sweeps up. So whether the arm is up, whether it's behind your back, you could look up, you could look down. I find that looking down at the big toe, if your arm's behind your back, gives you a little bit more neck stretch. Let the wrist press open. If the arm is reaching, then reach through the arm just like we did in Warrior Two. Find soft shoulders, let the neck have some space. Pull the belly button back, still stretching the legs away from each other like we did when we set it up. Each inhale, you get a little bit more spacious. Each exhale, sink a little deeper. 2 breaths. Last one. So from here, we're already low enough that going into half moon is going to be pretty simple. So we're already here. We can just crawl it forward. Let the right toe just kind of stay connected. Hands can find the ground. You can take your eyes right on the inside of your left hand. Hands can find the chest. Your right hand could lift up to the sky or the ceiling. Find support. So each side's different. In fact, both sides have never ever been the same. So it's going to be different here. Hands can find blocks. Just look for a little challenge, your own personal challenge. You decide. When you find it, I mean, even if you don't find it, breathe into it, no matter what you find. The whole purpose, the whole point, we want to maintain deep breathing. Very important. Let's go 2 more breaths. Maybe lift that leg a little higher, find more openness. How can you expand? Where can we extend? Lift the leg higher. Keep it low. So again, we control it with our left leg. Softly bend the knees, step way back. Gently inhale, brings you back up. Big breath. Big exhale, sink a little bit. Windmill the hands down. Frame the foot, step to plank, downward facing dog directly, or go your own way. When you're ready, let's take it to the top. We'll come all the way to the top of the mat. Lift the chest as you get here. Exhale, bow forward. Let's do that again. Halfway lift the chest. Exhale, fold. Inhale, stand all the way up. Reach up and stretch up and look up. Maybe stretch backwards. Hands connect to the chest. Arms released by the sides. Let's take a big breath up. Arms up. Fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step to plank. Meet in downward facing dog. It could be direct. From here, let's go to pigeon. So you have the choice to lay on your back for thread the needle. Right leg will lift up to the sky. Right knee to the outside of the right wrist. So we'll just swing right into it, nothing fancy. So as we do it, right knee to the outside of the wrist, look around, you can make sure your left leg is going straight back behind you. You could look down at your right arm or your right knee, make sure the right knee is out to the side. You come down to the forearms. You could come down to rest on your block or pillow. Full, complete breath in, and then a full, complete exhale out. Let's take 5 deep breaths, 5 of your deepest breaths. When you're ready, let's crawl up to the hands. We'll sit up on the right hip, swing the left leg around. Sit off on the right hip, swing the left leg around, left leg's out in front, right foot left inner thigh. So we're sitting up tall. Yep, we just kind of swing it around, swing that leg forward. Yep. So you can't really see me that well, but I'm sitting up straight. My left foot is facing straight ahead, like this. So we'll sit up tall, arms lift up, and then exhale, bow forward. So we can just take this easy little bow over the leg, just a seated forward fold. Yeah, toes peel back toward the face. Big inhale, just like we would do if we were standing. Think about using your core muscles to help you bow forward. And then our inhale brings us up. Let's take the right leg and swing it over top of the left. So we're sitting like senior pictures. So left leg can be long. It could also swing underneath. If you feel like you're only sitting on your left butt, then this left leg out will keep you supported. So I'll do mine like this. Right hand comes behind, sit up tall. Left foot or right foot touches the ground. We don't want it to roll open. So sit up, arm up, hand could hug the hip. It could elbow to the thigh. You could push into the leg with your left arm to help you rotate. So trying not to depend on this right arm to keep us up. We want to sit up using our own seat. So less of the right arm, more of ourself. Big inhale, pull the belly button back. Exhale, big twist. See if you can see what's happening over your shoulder. And then let's bring it around. Hands behind. Legs move side to side. When you're ready, you can sit off to one side. We'll crawl around to downward facing dog. You could take it directly. You could go a different way. You could also do this from tabletop. Left leg is lifting. Open it up, give it some space. So we're gonna do the same thing that we just did, but on our left leg. Left knee comes in, wiggle it. Maybe right toes wiggle back. You could flip onto your back if you want to do thread the needle. You could use your comfortable pillow, something to support yourself. Something to rest your head on. Complement this big, deep stretch with deep breathing. Let's take 3 deep breaths. And then when you're ready, we'll walk our hands up, sit off on the left hip, swing the right leg around. Then our right leg comes forward. Sit up tall. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, just a gentle bend from the hips. Let's lift the chest. Let the chest bow forward. Keep peeling the toes back toward your face. And our inhale brings us up. Left leg comes over top. So it steps down. We can sit up tall, so we don't want to collapse. Sit up tall. Right hand could hug. It could press. Left hand behind. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. So we still want to take a full breath in. And then a big exhale to rotate. Again, big breath in. Think of like you're wringing out a towel. Big twist. And then let's unwind it. Legs come out. They move side to side. Let's bring soles of the feet to connect. Maybe a little shift back and forth, side to side. You could even rock side to side. Let's lift the chest, let the chest come forward, and then just a little round back, a little cat-cow. One more time like that. Chest comes forward, elbows go back, and then round it out. Let's bring it to the middle, open the feet up like a book. Do mine back here. Open the feet up like a book. Sit up tall. Let's pull the toes back toward the chest. So we sit up tall, chest comes forward, exhale, bow forward. You could look down. Hands could come forward. You could even take your hands to your thighs and let your hands push the legs down. It's a little intense, so be gentle. You do that. I mean, gentle on the whole thing. Because our legs, oftentimes, because we sit in chairs and walk, don't often have this open inner thigh, open groin. They get tight. Maybe let the chin tuck so the neck still has some length. Let's bring it up. Hug the knees in. Reach around, give the legs a squeeze. Let's lay on our backs. First time we've laid on our backs this whole class. Let's do that. We deserve to hug the knees in if you want to, or maybe the first thing you would prefer to do is stretch the arms out. Either one is appropriate. Hug the knees in, stretch the arms out, maybe stretch the legs out. And then we'll let the legs start to move side to side. So knees could be bent and the legs could be off the ground. Knees could be bent and the legs could be lifted, or the legs could be bent and the feet could touch the ground. So either one, you have both choices, whatever sounds good. Arms could be by the sides, they could be overhead. Let's turn it into happy baby. You can grab outer edges of the feet. Maybe you grab big toes. Let's stretch both legs up to the ceiling for the last one here. So legs can be long. You could flex the feet and then point all 10 toes. Flex them, reach the heels up, point the toes, roll the ankles, roll them the other way, curl the toes up into a ball, and then spread them out wide. One more time, curl them up, spread them out. Feet touch the ground, legs move a little bit. Let's hug the knees in, give them a squeeze. And then we'll settle in for the last piece of class. Legs can stretch out. Legs could be long, knees could be bent, arms could be by the sides. You could even take the hands behind the head and just kind of gently tuck the chin, let it rest, so that you just kind of put it in a really comfortable, lengthened place. You could soften or close the eyes. Take a big breath in, and then sigh as you exhale. You could do that again if it feels good. Big inhale. Big exhale to sigh. Taking an opportunity just to check in with yourself. Or maybe taking it as an opportunity to not do anything, to have your own personal time. Because it doesn't matter why we come to our mat, as long as we come to it. When you're ready, and if it feels okay, and maybe you're not ready, we can bring awareness back into our space. Maybe the fingers move and the toes move and the wrists move and the ankles move. And again, if it doesn't feel quite right to move, then take your time. You actually have as much time as you would like to relax and to indulge in stillness and peacefulness and quiet. Thank you all so much for taking time to tune into this class. Take an opportunity to give thanks to yourself for stepping on your mat. Thanks to your classmates for sharing this virtual space. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. Namaste. We're all unmuted. Yay, namaste.
Yay, namaste.
Namaste. Thank you, Kori.
Good job. The next class will be on Saturday at 12. So come on in Saturday. There's a different link. So this link actually will be recurring every Thursday at 6 will be this class, and it'll be from this link. Zoom doesn't let us do recurring links that are all the same link. I wish it could just be the same link, but I'm working this weekend to figure out how this will be much easier so that we could all, you don't have to worry about me texting you all the time and sending you this information. We'll just be able to get it. So look for that coming soon. thank you so much for being here in my bedroom that I keep rearranging to make this more appropriate. So thanks.
It does look different every time.
It does look different every time.
does.
Actually, it used to be tan, and my mom and I painted it like I don't know, a week ago or something. So actually, I don't know when we did, because I feel like it could have been 2 days ago, but it also could have been like 2 months ago. So I don't know. I can't
It's
tell
all
you.
the same now.
It's all the same day.
That's
It's
right.
all the same everything. It's running together. But thank you guys, and I'll see you maybe Saturday. Namaste.
Don't have any